Good evening, my friend. Tonight, we leave the modern world behind and travel back more than 700 years, to a lonely stone castle standing high on a windy hill. There are no electric lights. No soft mattresses. No warm showers waiting after a long day. Life here is simple, difficult, and often exhausting. Tonight, you are not a king, nor a brave knight in shining armor. You are simply a castle guard, an ordinary man whose job is to protect everyone inside these thick stone walls. The stars are still shining when your day begins. A cold wind slips through the tiny window of your sleeping room. The air is damp, and the smell of smoke from last night's fire still hangs in the room. Then, the castle bell rings. Its deep sound echoes through every hallway and every tower. Slowly, you open your eyes. Your bed is nothing more than a sack filled with dry straw. A thin wool blanket covers your tired body, but it does little to keep away the morning chill. Around you, four other guards quietly wake up. Nobody smiles. Nobody complains. This is simply another ordinary morning. You sit up slowly, rubbing the sleep from your eyes. Outside, the sky is still dark blue, but a faint orange glow begins to appear on the horizon. You dress in silence. First comes your rough linen shirt. Then your thick wool tunic. Next, your heavy leather belt. You fasten your sword to one side and a small knife to the other. Finally, you lift your chainmail armor. It is heavier than you remember. As you pull it over your shoulders, every movement reminds you that today will not be easy. You place your simple iron helmet on your head. You are ready. Not because you feel strong, but because there is no other choice. Leaving the barracks, you step into the quiet castle courtyard. The stones beneath your boots are cold and slightly wet from the night's mist. A few servants are already awake. One carries a wooden bucket toward the well. Another sweeps yesterday's dust from the entrance. Near the stables, sleepy horses quietly breathe into the cold morning air. Everything feels calm. Almost peaceful. Yet every guard knows one important lesson. The quietest mornings can become the most dangerous. You begin climbing the narrow stone staircase leading to the top of the castle wall. Each step echoes softly. Higher, higher, until finally you reach the battlements. The view is breathtaking. Rolling green hills stretch far into the distance. A winding river catches the first light of dawn. Thin mist floats gently above the forests below. For just a moment, everything feels completely peaceful. But your captain reminds you of your duty. Never admire the view for too long, he says quietly. A guard who stops watching is a guard who invites danger. You nod without speaking. Then your watch begins. Slowly, you walk along the stone wall. Step after step. Listening. Watching. Waiting. The wind brushes against your face. Birds begin singing somewhere beyond the trees. The castle slowly comes to life behind you. Blacksmiths prepare their fires. Kitchen workers begin baking bread. Servants hurry across the courtyard carrying water and firewood. Soon, the lord of the castle will wake. And your long day will truly begin. The sun has now climbed above the distant hills, and golden light slowly spreads across the land. From the top of the castle wall, you can finally see the small village below. Thin trails of smoke rise from the chimneys as families begin cooking their first meal of the day. Farmers lead their oxen into the fields. Children run through the narrow dirt roads, laughing before their morning chores begin. For a brief moment, the world feels peaceful. But your job is not to admire the beauty of the morning. Your eyes must never stop searching. You slowly continue your patrol along the battlements. Every few steps, you pause. You look toward the forest, then the river, then the old road leading to the castle gate. A single traveler appears in the distance. He walks slowly beside a tired horse pulling a small wooden cart. Your captain raises his hand. "Watch carefully," he whispers. Not every traveler is who they claim to be. The castle gates remain closed. The traveler waits patiently outside while two guards walk down to question him. This is a normal part of every day. Trust is valuable, but caution keeps people alive. As the traveler is finally allowed inside, your patrol continues. The wind becomes stronger. Your heavy chainmail armor rubs against your shoulders with every step. Your legs already feel tired, and the day has only just begun. A church bell rings from the nearby village. Its soft sound drifts across the fields. Birds circle above the castle towers. Somewhere below, the blacksmith begins striking hot iron. Clang! 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 The steady rhythm echoes through the courtyard. It is a familiar sound. A comforting sound. A reminder that everyone inside the castle has an important duty. Near the main gate, workers unload sacks of grain from a wooden wagon. Kitchen servants carry fresh vegetables toward the great hall. Stable boys brush the horses before the day's work begins. Life inside the castle never truly stops. You stop beside one of the stone towers. Looking down, you notice an elderly woman carrying a basket of bread toward the kitchens. She smiles politely as she passes the guards. Even the smallest moments of kindness feel valuable here. Hours pass slowly. The morning air becomes warmer. Your feet ache inside your worn leather boots. Still, you continue walking. Watching. Listening. Waiting. Because somewhere beyond those peaceful hills, danger could appear without warning. A guard's greatest weapon is not his sword. It is his patience. And today, your patience is only beginning to be tested. The morning passes quietly. The castle remains peaceful, but your work is far from over. As the church bell rings again, the captain calls every guard into the training yard. There are no excuses. No matter how tired you feel. No matter how cold the morning has been. Every guard must train. Because in the Middle Ages, a single mistake could cost many lives. You walk across the stone courtyard toward the practice field. The air smells of fresh grass, smoke, and hot iron from the blacksmith's forge. Wooden training dummies stand in neat rows. Targets made of tightly packed straw are placed against a high stone wall. Several experienced guards are already practicing with longbows. Their movements are calm and steady. They have repeated these same motions thousands of times. You are handed a simple wooden bow. It feels rough in your hands. The string is tight. Much tighter than you expected. The captain points toward a distant target. "Take your time," he says quietly. You place an arrow on the string. You pull. The bow becomes heavier with every inch. Your arms begin to shake. You breathe slowly. Then, you release. The arrow flies through the cool morning air. For one brief second, everything is silent. The arrow lands. Not in the center, but close enough. The captain gives a small nod. Again. You fire another. Then another. Then another. Soon your shoulders begin to burn. Your fingers ache. Your back grows stiff. You finally understand why medieval archers trained from childhood. Strength alone was never enough. Patience mattered even more. After archery comes sword practice. Heavy wooden practice swords are handed to every guard. You stand opposite another young soldier. Neither of you wishes to hurt the other. But both of you know this training could one day save your lives. The captain raises his hand. Begin. The wooden swords meet with loud cracks. Step forward. Block. Step back. Raise your guard. Watch your feet. Stay balanced. The captain walks slowly between the trainees. He watches every movement, every mistake, every hesitation. When someone lowers their guard, the captain gently taps their shoulder with his own wooden sword. In battle, he says calmly, "That mistake would have ended your life." Nobody laughs. Everyone listens. The lesson is simple. Survival belongs to those who remain focused. Hours pass. The sun climbs higher into the sky. Sweat begins to form beneath your heavy armor. Your breathing grows slower and deeper. Your hands are sore. Your legs feel heavy. But training is not yet finished. The captain gathers everyone beneath the shade of the castle wall. He tells stories of battles fought many years before. Stories of brave guards. Stories of frightened young soldiers. Stories of men who survived because they stayed calm. And stories of others who panicked and never returned home. His voice is quiet. There is no need to shout. Everyone is listening. Because every story carries a lesson. You realize something important. Being a castle guard is not about fighting every day. Most days, nothing happens. No enemies appear. No battles begin. Your greatest challenge is staying alert. Hour after hour. Day after day. Even when the world seems perfectly peaceful. The captain smiles for the first time that morning. A good guard, he says, wins many battles without ever drawing his sword. You quietly remember those words. Perhaps they are the most valuable lesson you will learn today. The training finally ends. You wipe the sweat from your forehead. Your muscles ache. Your boots are covered with dust. The day is only halfway over. And many more duties are still waiting for you. You take one slow breath. Then you walk back toward the castle, ready for whatever the afternoon may bring. By the time the training ends, the sun hangs high above the castle. The morning chill has disappeared, replaced by gentle warmth that settles over the stone walls. For a few peaceful moments, you hope there might be time to rest. But life inside a medieval castle rarely allows such comforts. The captain approaches once again. There is still much to do, he says. You quietly nod and follow the other guards into the busy courtyard. Every corner of the castle is alive with activity. Servants carry baskets of vegetables toward the kitchens. Blacksmiths continue shaping glowing iron into horseshoes and tools. The smell of fresh bread drifts from the bakery, mixing with the scent of burning oak from the great fireplace. For a brief moment, you almost forget that this is a fortress built for war. Your first task is simple. Walk the inside walls of the castle and inspect every gate, every door, and every tower. You begin your slow patrol. Every wooden gate is checked carefully. Every iron lock is tested. Every staircase is climbed. The castle may appear strong, but even the strongest walls can hide small weaknesses. As you pass one of the towers, an older guard quietly points toward a crack in the stone wall. It looks small, he says softly. But small problems become dangerous if nobody notices them. You remember his words. In this place, paying attention is just as important as carrying a sword. Your patrol continues. Inside the great hall, servants prepare long wooden tables for the evening meal. The Lord's family will dine here tonight. Candles are carefully arranged. Silver cups are polished until they shine. Large loaves of bread cool on wooden racks. Everything must be perfect. Outside again, the peaceful sounds of village life drift toward the castle. You hear distant laughter. A dog barks somewhere beyond the walls. The church bell rings once more. Everything feels ordinary. Yet your captain reminds you once again. Peace never lasts forever. You continue walking. Around every corner. Up every staircase. Up every staircase. Across every narrow stone passage. Hours seem to pass without anything unusual happening. Your feet begin to ache. Your shoulders still feel sore from the morning's training. But complaining changes nothing. Every guard understands this. Near the western wall, you stop for a moment. Below you, several children wave toward the castle from the village road. You quietly raise your hand in return. The children laugh before running away. Their lives seem so simple. You wonder if they realize how many people work every day to keep them safe. The afternoon sun slowly begins its journey toward the horizon. Long shadows stretch across the courtyard. Workers begin finishing their daily tasks. Some carry firewood. Others bring fresh water from the well. A group of servants carefully closes the wooden shutters of the great hall. The castle is slowly preparing for night. And for a castle guard, night is often the hardest part of the day. The captain calls everyone together one last time before sunset. His face is calm but serious. Rest while you can, he says. Tonight, you return to the walls. No one asks questions. No one complains. You simply take a slow breath and look toward the fading sunlight. The peaceful afternoon is coming to an end. Soon, darkness will cover the castle once again. And your longest watch is about to begin. As the last light of the sun disappears beyond the distant hills, the castle begins to change. The busy sounds of the afternoon slowly fade away. The blacksmith lets the fire inside his forge burn lower. The servants finish clearing the great hall. One by one, wooden doors are closed for the night. A cool evening breeze drifts across the courtyard. You pull your wool cloak a little tighter around your shoulders. The warmth of the day is gone. Now, the long night begins. A guard hands you a burning torch. Its golden flame dances gently in the wind. The light is comforting, yet it reaches only a few steps into the darkness. Beyond that, everything is hidden. You climb the familiar spiral staircase leading to the top of the castle wall. Each step echoes softly against the ancient stones. When you reach the battlements, the world looks completely different. The forests below have become dark shadows. The river reflects the silver light of the moon. Tiny lights flicker inside the village as families gather around their fireplaces. Some are sharing supper. Some are telling stories. Others have already fallen asleep. You wonder what it must feel like to spend an entire night in a warm bed instead of standing watch on a cold stone wall. But those thoughts quickly disappear. A guard cannot allow his mind to wander for long. You begin your patrol. Slowly. Step after step. The only sounds are the wind, the crackling of your torch, and the distant cry of an owl somewhere deep inside the forest. Hours pass quietly. The silence becomes almost peaceful. Then, a strange sound reaches your ears. It is faint, almost impossible to hear. You stop walking. The other guard beside you stops as well. Both of you listen carefully. For several long seconds. Nothing. Only the wind. Perhaps it was only a fox moving through the trees. Perhaps it was nothing at all. Even so, you continue watching the darkness. That is the life of a castle guard. Most nights bring no danger. But every night must be treated as if danger could appear at any moment. The moon climbs higher into the sky. Its pale light falls across the castle walls, making the old stones glow softly. The world feels calm, almost timeless. You look across the countryside once more. The fields are quiet. The roads are empty. The forests remain still. Everything appears peaceful. Yet you know appearances can be deceiving. Many attacks throughout history began during quiet nights just like this one. Your captain once told you, "The enemy loves silence." You never forgot those words. Your hands tighten around the wooden shaft of your spear. Not because you are afraid, but because you are prepared. The hours move slowly. Very slowly. Your feet ache. Your shoulders feel stiff. Your eyes grow tired. Remaining awake becomes more difficult with every passing hour. Still, you continue walking, watching, listening, waiting. Far below, a single lantern moves through the village. Perhaps someone is returning home late. Perhaps a farmer is checking on his animals. Perhaps a mother is comforting a crying child. Life continues quietly beyond the castle walls. Inside the castle, nearly everyone is asleep. Only the guards remain awake. Only the guards stand between peaceful dreams and unexpected danger. You pause beside one of the towers and look toward the endless night. The stars shine brightly overhead. The air is cool and fresh. For a brief moment, the entire world feels perfectly still. Tomorrow will bring another sunrise. Another long day. Another endless patrol. But tonight, your duty is not yet over. The night is still young. And somewhere beyond the darkness, history is still waiting. The night grows colder with every passing hour. The cheerful warmth of the evening has completely disappeared. A thin layer of mist slowly rises from the river below the castle, drifting silently across the fields like a pale blanket. You pull your cloak tighter around your shoulders. Even through your thick wool clothing and heavy chainmail, the cold finds its way inside. Your torch burns lower now. The bright flame that once danced proudly has become smaller, its light softer and weaker. Another guard quietly replaces it with a fresh torch. Neither of you says a word. After hours together on the wall, silence has become your companion. You continue walking. Step after step. The rhythm of your boots against the ancient stones is slow and steady. In the distance, clouds begin to cover the stars. The moon disappears behind them, leaving the countryside darker than before. For a moment, it feels as though the entire world has vanished into darkness. You stop beside one of the towers and listen. Nothing. Only the whisper of the wind moving through the trees. Far below, the castle gate remains firmly closed. Two guards stand beside it, their spears resting quietly against their shoulders. They look as tired as you feel. Being a castle guard is not only about strength. It is about endurance. The ability to remain calm. To remain patient. Even when every part of your body begs for sleep. Your captain walks along the wall, checking each guard one by one. He says very little. A simple nod is enough. He knows everyone is doing their best. He also knows that tired minds make dangerous mistakes. You remember a story an older guard once shared. Years ago, during another quiet night, a young guard had fallen asleep while standing against the wall. He slept for only a few minutes. Nothing happened that night. No enemy came. No attack began. Yet the punishment was severe. Not because danger had arrived, but because it could have. From that day forward, every guard understood the same lesson. Sleep is a luxury. Duty comes first. The hours continue to pass. Somewhere beyond the eastern hills, the first faint signs of morning begin to appear. The sky is no longer completely black. Instead, it slowly changes into a deep shade of blue. The stars begin disappearing one by one. Birds have not started singing yet. The village remains asleep. Everything is perfectly quiet. You lean gently against the cold stone wall for only a moment, stretching your tired legs. The night has felt endless. Yet somehow, morning is finally returning. A fresh breeze carries the smell of damp earth and wild grass from the countryside. You close your eyes for just a single breath, then immediately open them again. A guard must never become too comfortable. The captain notices your alertness and gives a quiet smile. "Almost there," he says. Those two simple words give you new strength. You continue your patrol as the eastern horizon slowly begins to glow with soft orange light. The darkness retreats little by little. Another night has passed. Another castle has remained safe. You realize something important. Most people inside these walls will wake this morning without ever knowing how peaceful the night truly was. They will never know how many hours you spent standing in the cold. They will never know how often you searched the darkness for danger. And that is the quiet reward of a castle guard. If you have done your job well, nothing happens. The castle sleeps peacefully. Families wake safely. Children laugh once again. The gates open to welcome a brand new day. You take one final walk along the ancient stone wall. The sun slowly rises over the distant hills. Golden light touches the towers. The cold begins to fade. Another watch has ended, another story has quietly become part of history.